Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Reality Kingdom, where we drag all the girls. I'm your host, Pharaoh. We are joined by our wonderful co-host, Lee. Lee, how you doing?
I'm doing swell. I've been wanting to drag Terrance, the coon Higgins, ever since he decided to speak on Taylor. I mean, back in week one when he called her, what did he say? A negative stereotype to black women. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I've been wanting to drag his tap dancing ass since then. So I'm glad this video is finally happening. I'm glad his ass is finally out of the game
Mm-hmm.
because he didn't deserve to win that money.
Period. I know that's the fuck, right? I'm so excited. This is crazy, but I'm so excited because I don't like this man. Of all the people who have been evicted, honestly, this man has been the most irritable for me,
Mm-hmm.
especially because this is a black man. You know what
A
I'm
black
saying?
man, a
This is a
black
black
man
fucking
who
man.
should have had Taylor's back, who should have had
Mm-hmm.
some sense of unity or something in this game. He decided to go
Some
ahead and
sense.
some sense. He's from the South Side of Chicago. No,
Mm-mm.
no, had
No
a black
sense.
wife. I'm assuming might have a daughter somewhere, and he sat his entire summer trashing a black woman
Mm-hmm.
for filth.
Mm-hmm. For fucking filth. When really he's the filth. It's horrible. So we started off the motherfucking season, and everybody was upset about Taylor, and Terrence's upsetness is just one of the most weirdest ones to me because it had it came out of nowhere. It came out of the
Literally,
like his asshole. At least with Daniel weird ass and Nicole weird ass, Monty was up there pounding it in their head. I feel like with Terrence, it was just bloop. It was just bloop,
because
and
the house wanted it. And it was
he
weird
was
because Taylor had
so
put
on
in
it.
work with him. She had spoken with him a lot about the previous season, why they both wanted to come on here, the things that you want to do while being in the game, how they have each other's back. And he would take those conversations and take that information and throw it right in her face, saying things like, oh, she's full of herself and we're not here for the same reasons. He made a comment to Jasmine during Jasmine's HOA. She said, I'm gonna support you because you're a real sister, not a fake sister.
Mm-hmm.
Like Taylor. What the
Mm-hmm.
fuck is that supposed to mean, you dumb stupid ass bitch?
Mm-hmm. He's fucking horrible. And off rip, birds of a feather flock together. And the feather that he was flocking with is Daniel and Nicole. And you see how trash and horrible they are. To this day, to his eviction day, he told Julie the people that he felt most closest to was Daniel and Nicole. Those were the people you gravitated towards. This is after Daniel and Nicole sat there bashing Taylor. That's after Daniel sat there bashing a woman to her
Yelled in
face,
her face.
yelling in her face, being very, very aggressive towards Taylor, a black woman. After all of that, he still feels like the people outside of this game who he's going to be friends with is Daniel and Nicole. That's already out for rip. Just a horrible inclination that he shows. And he was very close to them in the beginning of the game. And he was close to Taylor. But it's just weird how he gravitated towards the people who are just very, very horrible. The best bond he had was Monty was through them bashing Taylor. Like, are you serious? When he has a good bond with anyone, it's been through him bashing
He
Taylor.
literally, that's how he made any connection pre-jury, bashing Taylor. And at first
Mm-hmm.
it made me think, okay, he might just be doing this because this is what the house wants, which is still embarrassing. Because at your
Mm-hmm.
big ass age, why are you trashing this black woman to fit in? You're very weird. I don't know. Bond over something else. Bond over your bus driving career. Bond over for being from Chicago. You're not bond over trashing this black woman. But then we saw, even as it went by and as the hate for Taylor really subsided, he was still one of the main ones keeping it up. And it's
Keeping it
like,
up.
at
To
the
his
end, what?
eviction speech. This nigga said that he wanted to, in his eviction speech, continue to bash this woman after the season narrative has been, we need to stop bashing Taylor. A whole alliance has been exposed as being created because people have been bullying this fucking girl. This man was one of the first people to say that Taylor is the reason Paloma did what she did and exited the house. He was
Yep.
one of the first, and he started spreading that around. He told that to multiple people. He told that to Monty. He told that to Nicole. He told that to Daniel. He started walking around the house telling people that Taylor is the reason that someone is having a mental breakdown. That's fucking horrible and problematic. He's supposed to be a black man, and he's fucking not. He's a fucking loser. Mind you, this was near the week, like Lee said, that he was walking around saying that Taylor's not a real sister. How is Taylor not a real sister when she's black as fuck? Be fucking for real. You fucking weirdos.
And then he just has these ways about him throughout the season that just shows how much of a trash ass human being he is. Because this is the same man who tried to get the vote flipped on Taylor, not once, not twice, was it thrice? Within the entire game, he's trying to get the vote flipped on her. I know one of the main prominent times was against Nicole, someone who literally that week started the rumors that the black people, Jasmine, Monty, and Taylor, had this connection through being black sororities. Like that's the hill you want to die on. And then the week where is it? The week later in the week after the split house thing, he's telling Taylor, I just wish you would have believed me that I wasn't trying to flip the vote. You listened to Joseph over me. Us as black people, we tend to listen to other people before we listen to each other, and that's just not good. Like, you're supposed to be, basically telling her she's supposed to be with the cause. Nigga, you have been talking shit about this woman this entire season, and he tried to do that same exact shit the week he got evicted last week, talking about something. Oh, well, let's do what the cookout did. Let's make it us through to the end, you, me, and Monty. And when she wasn't feeling that, oh, now she's a sellout. Why would she want to work with any one of you coons? You the same two niggas who've been keeping up this bullshit all fucking season, and now you want to say, oh, let's go to the NY to black people. You was just trying to evict her over a racist 2 weeks ago.
Literally.
Please wake the fuck up, you dumbass nigga. Like, I do not like him. And I swear to God, if I saw him in person, I would fight his ass. Like, I'm not, like, that's how serious it is. Like, the shit he did this season cannot be forgiven. And he's going out of his way in his, his eviction interviews, talking about some, that's just a brother-sister bond we have. We're both from the Midwest. I ain't never talked about my sister like that. I have never said my sister perpetuates every black woman stereotype, negative black woman stereotype. Never did no shit like that. And I wish the fuck I would let a nigga speak to my sister the way Daniel did to Taylor. Like, be fucking for real. You're trash, Terrance. You're fucking trash.
Period. And honestly, my biggest issue with Terrance is that he's supposed to be a fucking black man. This is a black podcast. We are black men. You are supposed to go in there and protect your actual sister, your black brethren. Taylor being black and being bashed by everyone in that fucking house, for him to sit there and to egg that on, to tell Nicole, see, this is that shit that gets you evicted. See, this is that aggressive shit that you have. All of that shit is unnecessary. It was, I want to say, week 2 or week 3. He went to Monty. Him and Monty are in the bathroom, and he's talking to Monty. He's like, maybe us people of color need to stick together, but not Taylor. What? But not Taylor? You're fucking weird. Like, you're so weird. And it's scary because he's married to a black woman. His mother is a black woman. You have all these black women in your life, and you're sitting here treating her like fucking dust. And it's so disgusting. It's very, very disgusting because he's fucking a grown-ass man. This man is the oldest man in the house, and he's still thinking in this ignorant way. Y'all, why the fuck did this man sit here looking these women in their face and said, if a woman is in an abusive relationship, if a woman get SA'd, that's going to be their fault?
A grown man.
This man literally said that if a woman is SA'd, that's their fault. I'm so sorry.
The camera shaking. But it's like that just goes to
who says that shit?
The type of qualities he has.
He's very old. So for him to be at his old big age, he should not be still thinking these things. You've been on this earth for longer than anybody in this motherfucking house, and you're still thinking in this ignorant ass way. He thinks like a fucking child. That's what's so scary about a lot of people in this cast, is that they think like literal children, but they're walking around in adult situations. He has clips and videos about how he wants to manipulate his wife into having sex with him. Like, come on, sir. You are literally you're too damn old.
It's disturbing. My thing is, where did they find him? Like honestly, where did they find him? Who said
at the bus stop?
This is a great cast.
They were at the bus stop.
Literally. They popped him right from the motherfucking bus. I can't, like, he is just such an embarrassment. And it's like the consistency of this behavior throughout the season has just been so traumatizing to watch, because like we keep mentioning, him as a black man, the way that he's on national TV perpetuating these things, it's just disgusting. You need to carry yourself way better than this. If he acts like this in the real world, I really hope someone fucking jumps his bitch ass. Like, I'm so dead ass serious. He sits there, he's what he this entire season just showing his ass every single time. It was so weird. He's such a dumbass. He's throwing competitions thinking, oh, I'm gonna throw this competition, and then I'm gonna just make sure that Taylor has to make this move and whoop whoop whoop. And it's like you're throwing competitions the whole time. You would have went home. He's trusting people who literally don't want to work with him as in Kyle. Like he has not done what smart thing did he do this entire season? He even regretted getting out Joseph because he's a dummy.
A dumbass. He literally sits there and the first half of his game was doing things to help induce the likelihood that Taylor would go home, yet Taylor is here and he's out the door. He literally went out of his way to throw competitions, to let me work with Nicole and Daniel, let me try to keep Amira, let me try to vote to save so-and-so. Oh, all these other people are working together and they're going to try to save Taylor, but we need to make sure that Taylor goes. Taylor's going to go next to Nicole. Like, sir, you're doing all of this for what? Because you hate Taylor? It's like a hatred he has for Taylor, and it's weird.
It's almost like a jealousy for me. It's like, to me, it's like
I was just gonna say
jealousy you have of this woman. Do you want to be the beauty queen? Do you want to be Miss Michigan? I mean, walking around saying things like, oh, she doesn't have any real friends. Only friends she knows is from beauty pageants. Where the fuck your friends at, bitch? From the bus stop? Mr.
Writers?
DJ Showtime, you're 40 years old talking about DJ Showtime. Have a real career. You're a bus driver by day and a DJ by night. Bitch, where's your money? This be off because this is the same man that sits up there and wants to educate a racist.
I was just going to say, let's get into that. So, Kyle admits to being racist. After he admits to being racist and he is nominated on the block against Taylor, a black woman, Terrance thinks that the best way to handle this situation is to
evict
the black woman, save this white man, and that's gonna help him learn that he's racist. Like, I'm very confused.
Like, let's be real.
You taking out this black woman is gonna help educate him.
You don't like Taylor. You want her out of the game, and you rather a racist sitting there other than her, which is just very weird. And then wants her vote the very next week, is it? Or the 2 weeks after? You're embarrassing. And she shouldn't have given her a vote.
The very next week. Which is very sad. I don't know. He's just very, very, very weird. There's so many examples. Like I said, all of the weird comments about women, it's just very icky. He gives just Andrew Tate vibes. Like, he just gives that nasty, I'm a high value man. He gives the nasty, oh, Taylor isn't a high value woman. She doesn't do this, and women should do this. He even comments about how she acts towards men and all of this other shit. Sir, what about you and your wife?
My thing is, how you as a man know how to be a woman so good? You're a man.
How do you as a man know?
Like, I don't want to sound misogynistic or whatever the fuck you say, but you're a man.
I don't know. It's weird how he sat here as a man, like, and that's the thing. There's a imbalance of power when it comes to men and women. That's just natural because of the way society is made up. Men have more power than women in this horrid society. And it's weird that when the men sit there and talk about Taylor, because with the women, it's definitely jealousy. And with the men, it's like, what even is it? Is it just hatred? Is it just hatred? And it's uncomfy because in the black community, there's a lot of black men who sit here and talk down on black women sometimes. So it's just icky to see on screen Terrance talk down on this black woman and talk about this black woman like that. How do you have a wife? How do you have a wife? Like, do you sit here, you make these comments with your wife in the house? If you were sitting there and your wife was in the house and you say, yeah, when women get SA, that shit. And you know what? There's a lot of pick-me women out here, I will say. So if that's the case, then that's the case. But it's just very, very icky and horrible for him to be walking around living this, implementing this idea onto other people. He's old. He has a lot of experience. He talks to a lot of people. You call this man old, and I don't care. And it's like, it's just so scary for him to be thinking this way at his big ass age. He's fucking weird. He's a fucking loser. He didn't play the fucking game. He sat there, let everybody else control what he was doing. Flip flop, go back and forth. Flip flop, flip flop. And then he lost the game. And he was never gonna win the game because he doesn't have that prowess. He doesn't have that ability. You know what the fuck is the weirdest thing? Is that he went into that jury house really hating Taylor, still hating Taylor.
The fact that he said, honestly, like, I want to see Taylor leave after me.
Why?
For what? Your last message on national TV is still trashing a black woman. How crazy is that?
Taylor didn't even get his ass out. Michael was the HOH.
I will say too, Monty is one of the main reasons that pushed that, because he pushed basically, oh, I want to save you, but Taylor doesn't. And it's like, that wasn't the case. That wasn't the scenario. However, bitch, even if Monty and Taylor saves you, you didn't have the votes. I don't know. Count? Think? I don't know.
He doesn't know how to do that. Terrence is a horrible, trash human being, just like everybody else in this motherfucking cast. It's very, very.
But he's
very
one of the
bad.
top tier. Like, this is
he's definitely one of the top girls.
No, because I want to get into Monty's ass real nasty too.
I'm gonna get into Monty's ass real nasty, but honestly, I just think Terrence is just naturally worse. Like, he said horrible, horrible things. He said very horrible, terrible, 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 bad, really bad things. He needs to go to jail.
Jail?
He needs to go to jail and rot. Hey, I do think so. Hey, look, I said what I said. Jail.
Mental institution, something.
Asylum.
Jumped.
Jumped.
Just getting jumped.
Beat up.
Do I support violence? No. But if he just happens to get pooped on his way out, I will not mind that.
Period. And you know what the fuck is weird? It's weird that he sat there after the racist situation was exposed, and he really had a lot to say to Kyle. He had a lot to say to Michael and Brittany, but leaving the house, he was most angry with Taylor. That shit is just, it hurts my heart. Like, are you dead ass for real right now? You literally you were the main person preaching that Michael and Brittany exposing this information conveniently was weird. You preached that Kyle saying it was weird, but you're most angry with Taylor. You're still most mad at Taylor. You want to see Taylor follow you out next when Michael is still there.
You said it. You're embarrassing.
You're embarrassing as fuck.
And guess what? She didn't leave, bitch. No, now what?
And she's still there
now, bitch.
And you will be giving her your vote to win, and she will be winning America's favorite player, and you will be looking fucking stupid. Mm-hmm. You are dumb.
That's why I can't wait till they get out of this house, because I don't think they understand the capacity of how much Taylor has support and how little they do. And I can't wait for them to see that shit.
Yeah.
Because they all think they're going to be some sort of influencers after this. No.
Definitely not.
DJ
Definitely not Terrance. Definitely not Terrance. Yeah, you will never be seeing Terrance on your screens again. Do not expect it. He is scum of the earth. He is the bottom of the earth. He is very, very horrible and terrible as a person. I don't like him, and I don't give a fuck about him. And honestly, I hope. Let me not say that. Anyways, I hope everything good happens to everybody else.
Period.
You got any words? Fuck Terrance.